There is a new shape rising over the Saigon River.
And it is not just another bridge in the city.
The Saigon River Pedestrian Bridge is being described as a new landmark.
It connects Bach Dang Park in District 1 with Thu Thiem.
More precisely, it reaches toward the Thu Thiem new urban area.
That area sits in 𝗛𝗢𝗡𝗘 City across the river.
So the bridge links two very different urban energies.
On one side, historic District 1 and Bach Dang Wharf.
On the other, Thu Thiem's newer and more futuristic skyline.
That contrast is exactly what makes this project so compelling.
It is infrastructure, yes, but it is also a public symbol.
The design takes inspiration from the nipa palm leaf.
That is an iconic image of southern Vietnam's waterways.
So, the bridge is modern but not detached from place.
Its curves are meant to feel graceful, light, and local.
The idea is not only to cross the river.
It is to make the river itself feel more central.
Bach Dang Wharf has always been a memorable waterfront space.
But it lacked a direct pedestrian connection to the eastern bank.
That missing link shaped how people experience the river.
They could stand beside it, photograph it, and admire it.
But crossing it on foot was not part of the experience.
This bridge changes that relationship in a very visible way.
It turns the river from an edge into a connector.
That is a major shift for urban life.
Especially in a city where riverfront identity matters so much.
The bridge is often imagined as a soft silk ribbon.
That image captures its intended presence over the water.
Not heavy, not purely utilitarian, but elegant and inviting.
It also creates a new kind of open-air viewpoint.
People will be able to pause above the Saigon River.
From there, they can take in Bach Dang Wharf.
They can also look toward landmark 81 in the distance.
At night, the city lights become part of the attraction.
That matters because views shape how people remember a city.
A good pedestrian bridge is not only a passage.
It is a place where people slow down.
They meet, take photos, and feel the skyline around them.
For visitors, that can become a signature city moment.
For residents, it can become part of everyday ritual.
Morning walks, evening strolls, and weekend gatherings all become possible.
The larger ambition is a continuous public space.
The bridge helps unify both riverbanks into one connected waterfront.
That connection supports parks, squares, and open public life.
It is described as one of the city's modern public realm projects.
That phrase matters because it points beyond transport.
Public realm means the shared spaces where civic life happens.
It is where strangers become part of the same urban scene.
And waterfronts are especially powerful places for that.
They attract movement, leisure, commerce, and memory.
Bach Dang Wharf was already lively before this project.
But the bridge can extend that activity across the water.
Instead of one riverbank carrying most of the energy, both participate.
That could reshape the rhythm of the entire waterfront.
The night economy is one area expected to benefit.
Dining, commercial activity, river cruises, and tourism all gain visibility.
A brief stopping point can become a longer evening destination.
People may come for the view, then stay for the atmosphere.
That is how urban places become more than functional.
They become scenes, habits, and shared experiences.
The bridge also reduces the psychological distance to Thu Thiem.
That phrase is important because maps do not tell everything.
A place can be physically nearby, yet feel far away.
Without an easy pedestrian route, the opposite bank feels separate.
With a direct bridge, the relationship changes immediately.
Thu Thiem becomes more reachable, more visible, and more familiar.
Foot traffic can begin to flow toward Thu Thiem Central Square.
That supports its role as a new cultural destination.
It also gives District 1 residents and visitors another direction to explore.
The city gains a more balanced riverfront experience.
Instead of looking across at Thu Thiem, people can walk there.
That simple change can feel surprisingly transformative.
The project has reached the 50% completion mark.
That is a meaningful milestone in the construction process.
It signals a move beyond the hardest invisible groundwork.
Underwater foundations and pier construction are essential, but less visible.
Now, attention turns toward the bridge deck and signature arch structures.
Those leaf-like arches will define the bridge's public image.
They are what many people will recognize from a distance.
They also connect the engineering form with the cultural inspiration.
That combination is central to the project's identity.
It must function well, but it also needs emotional resonance.
A pedestrian bridge succeeds when people want to use it.
It succeeds even more when people want to remember it.
This is where architecture becomes part of city branding.
A landmark does not need to be the tallest object.
Sometimes it becomes memorable because it changes how people move.
Sometimes because it frames the city from a new angle.
This bridge appears to do both at once.
It gives people a route and a viewpoint.
It also gives Bach Dang Wharf a refreshed identity.
The wharf is no longer only a riverside edge.
It becomes an entry point into a broader waterfront network.
That network can support cultural events and public celebrations.
The bridge is expected to serve as a kind of skywalk.
That word fits because the experience is elevated and open.
It suggests movement, panorama, and a sense of occasion.
Future events could include light festivals and fireworks viewing.
It could also become an unmissable check-in spot for visitors.
That may sound casual, but check-in culture matters.
Photos help spread a landmark's image far beyond the city.
Tourists remember places through scenes they can share.
Residents also share them, often with local pride.
The nipa palm inspiration strengthens that pride.
It says the city can modernize while honoring regional identity.
That balance is not always easy in fast urban development.
Many cities build impressive structures that could be anywhere.
This bridge aims to feel specifically connected to southern Vietnam.
That gives the project a deeper layer than visual spectacle.
It ties the waterfront to memory, landscape, and culture.
The Saigon River itself is also central to the story.
For a long time, rivers shaped trade, movement, and settlement.
Today, they also shape recreation, tourism, and public identity.
A city that embraces its river often feels more open.
A pedestrian bridge can make that embrace literal.
It invites people to step out over the water.
It lets them see both banks as one urban composition.
That is especially powerful at sunset or after dark.
The lights, towers, river surface, and crowds all interact.
The bridge becomes both stage and audience platform.
People on the bridge watch the city perform around them.
People from the banks watch the bridge become part of the skyline.
That exchange is what makes public architecture lively.
It is not just seen, it is used.
And because it is pedestrian, the pace is human.
Walking allows details, pauses, conversations, and spontaneous encounters.
That is different from crossing in a vehicle.
A pedestrian crossing can become a destination by itself.
The project also encourages a more connected idea of leisure.
A person might begin at Bach Dang Park.
Then cross the river and continue into Thu Thiem.
That creates a longer, more varied urban journey.
It supports exploration rather than isolated stops.
For local businesses, that can mean more sustained foot traffic.
For the public, it means more choices without needing a vehicle.
That is a meaningful improvement in daily city experience.
Of course, the final impact will depend on how it is managed.
Public space needs care, programming, safety, and accessibility.
But the vision described here is ambitious and promising.
It imagines the bridge as a catalyst, not an isolated object.
That word, catalyst, is useful because it suggests chain reactions.
One connection can influence movement, commerce, culture, and perception.
Bach Dang Wharf gains new energy from that chain reaction.
Thu Thiem gains a more immediate relationship with the city centre.
The river gains a more active public role.
And residents gain a fresh way to experience Ho Chi Minh City.
The 50% milestone makes the transformation feel closer.
People can begin imagining the finished arches and deck.
They can picture evenings filled with movement and light.
They can picture tourists stopping for wide skyline views.
They can picture locals using it as part of ordinary life.
That mix of everyday use and special occasion is important.
The best landmarks are not only visited once.
They are folded into the rhythm of the city.
The Saigon River Pedestrian Bridge is being positioned in exactly that way.
A bridge, a viewpoint, a cultural stage, and a waterfront connector.
Its promise lies in linking beauty with practical movement.
and linking modern design with the imagery of local waterways.
If completed as envisioned, it will redefine Bach Dang Wharf.
Not by replacing its history, but by extending its future.
It gives the old riverfront a fresh, romantic, modern pulse.
And it gives the Saigon River a new place in daily imagination.
That is why this project feels larger than its physical span.
It is a crossing, but also a statement about the city.
A statement that the river is not a barrier.
It is a shared stage for the next chapter of Ho Chi Minh City.